Greetings, everybody. This is Pat Traymore, welcoming you to another episode of Footnotes. In this episode, I'm going to tell you the story of Vernon and Irene Castle. From 1911 till 1916, they were the most influential dancing couple in the world. If you take American-style dancing back to its roots, you'll find out that they are the mother and the father of ballroom dancing. Our story begins in 1887 in Norwich, England, where Vernon Castle was born. He was born with humble beginnings as Vernon Blythe. His mother and his father were simple innkeepers in Norwich, England. However, his mother and father wanted more than that for themselves and for their son. Vernon's first ties to show business came through his sister, Caroline. She came to America and changed her name to become an established actor, and her name was Coralie Blythe. Vernon wanted to become an actor as well, so he followed his sister to the USA. He was given his first break on the stage by Lew Fields, a producer. Vernon's first roles were all in comedy acts in the Lew Fields Theater in New York. The theater was located at Herald Square in New York City, where Macy's stands today. When performing in the production of About Town, Vernon changed his name to Castle instead of Blythe. The reason for his name change may never be known, but yours truly did exactly the same thing. I changed my name from Tamertosh to Traymore. About Town was a slapstick comedy, and needless to say, slapstick comedy was not in the destiny of Mr. Castle. The Girl Behind the Counter was Vernon's next big show, and that happened in 1907. The show featured a new hit song titled Glowworm. Vernon had his first introduction to ballroom dancing during this show. Dance director was Ned Wayburn, whom we discussed in the previous chapter. It was Vernon's wish to have more roles in dancing, yet Mr. Fields assigned him more roles in comedy. For his part in comedy, Vernon had to dress as a clown and share the stage with a drag queen. George Monroe was a female impersonator who played the role of Pansy Burns. In a barbershop skit with Mr. Fields, Vernon was dressed as a clown and his hair was set on fire. His career on the stage was going well, but not exactly the way he had planned it. By the summer of 1910, Vernon needed a break from comedy, so he took a room in an inn in New Rochelle. The little town of New Rochelle was the perfect break for Vernon from the big city. It was there that Vernon decided to spend some time at the beautiful sea at the New Rochelle Rowing Club. Then the fateful moment came. He met a beautiful woman who was swimming at the club, a pretty young lady by the name of Irene Foote, who later became Irene Castle. 50 years later, a film was made about their life and about how they met and the story that unraveled after that. They fell in love, and the rest would be history. Vernon proposed to Irene on Christmas Day of 1910. Stay tuned for the next episode of Footnotes, where we tell the story of their blooming romance and dancing.